What are my 5 must-have plugins for 2025? Well, I'm about to tell you. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. As the new year is ramping up, hopefully you are getting excited about the projects that you have planned for 2025. And maybe some of that includes new gear or new plugins. So I'm gonna share with you the 5 plugins that I highly recommend that you work with in 2025. Or at least the 5 plugins that you'll be able to find me working with a lot. So in a sense, if you were to get rid of all my plugins, what are the 5 that I would start with that I feel like I needed the most this year? And before we hop over to the computer and I show you what those 5 plugins are, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, it helps the channel grow a ton, and check out the links in the description. Down there you'll find links to the gear I use in my studio and also links to my music, my Instagram, my website, things like that. All right, let's hop over to the computer. All right, so the first plugin on my list of must-haves for me in 2025 is kind of it's a wide-ranging one. It is the SSL Channel Strip 2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and just toss it on a channel here and kind of show you what it does. Let's just toss on a guitar bus. Now granted, these are just stems, so they will have some of this treatment on already. This is not really for sound samples. This is definitely more of just a, you know, just showing you what I would use and kind of giving you a very brief sample of what it does. So this is basically the SSL Channel Strip, and it incorporates this controller right here, so you can actually twist knobs, things like that, if you're not familiar with what the SSL Channel Strip 2 does and also what the UC1 does. So basically it's an EQ, and it also has a dynamic section as well. So you have a compressor along with a gate and things like that, an expander. So this, to me, this goes on pretty much all of my tracks. So when I get them in, I can kind of clean them up a bit, touch them with some EQ, make some curves, things like that before I do anything else. So let me go and show you, just twist a couple knobs for you. So, you know, like you see, it's just a basic EQ. Let me run this again and show you kind of the compression. So like I said, it's an EQ, and it's kind of multiple things in one plugin. I put this on everything. I absolutely love it. It sounds great. And I love being able to twist knobs down here. See, if I twist this all moves in the plugin. So a lot of the time when I'm mixing, I don't even have the plugin open. I just look down here, I can scroll between tracks and just work as if it were a console. So this is probably not my number 1, but this is the first of the 5 must-have plugins for me because it is so versatile and it sounds so great. The SSL Channel Strip 2. All right, and the next one up on this list is the Decapitator. I'll go and toss it right here on the bass bus. I love this just to add a little saturation to tracks. Again, sometimes I'll just put it on a track and not make any adjustments, and it just makes that track or that instrument sound just a little more alive. There's been times where I just put on all my guitar tracks and don't even touch it, and it just does something that kind of just brings them out a little bit more. So the Decapitator, if you're not familiar with it, it is a saturation plugin. It can get crazy gnarly, or it can be super relaxed when it comes to the sound and the color. I also will use this one for automation. I'll do saturation swells with it and then have that saturation swell go into a reverb and kind of shoot off at the end of something. So let me kind of show you what it does and how it sounds real quick. And again, I'm pretty sure this bass bus already has this on it in the final project that these stems are from. But again, this is just to kind of show you and give you an idea. So you can also hear that the different styles down here actually make a difference when you crank it way up, and you can really hear what the difference is between them. But it's got some other options on here. It's got your low cut, your tone, your high cut, the mix, thump, and then let me show you this. This is when things just get wild. So if you're really wanting to make something sound just insane, this plugin might be for you. So yeah, this is something that I use on most of my tracks. I absolutely love it. Yeah, so this is something that I definitely am going to be using a lot more of in 2025, the Decapitator. All right, and the next one probably comes as no surprise to a lot of people, but it is the FabFilter Pro-Q4. This came out not too long ago. I've been loving it. I love just the flexibility. You can do so much in just the one plugin. Let me go ahead and show you how this works. I'll just show you a few things on it. There's a lot that this plugin does. First of all, it's just an EQ. So let's toss on the drum bus and just kind of show you. So your basic EQ, but of course, you know, you have then your roll, your high and low pass filters. One thing I like to use it for is combining just normal EQ cuts and boosts along with dynamic. So let me show you how I'll use it. And again, these drums are already mixed and everything. So let me just kind of make something up here for you. Let's say I don't like that. Just like that, I can just, you know, either choose to use it as a dynamic EQ or just a regular EQ, but also along with that, you have your stereo, mid, side, left, right, things like that. So a super flexible EQ. It touches pretty much every single track. And I know I use the SSL. Again, the SSL is kind of just like, let's make this sound better right off the bat. And then this is more of my surgical EQ. And you'll find this even on my master bus. I use it everywhere. It's just super handy and can do so much. And the next plugin I'll show you, there's a lot of people saying it is now obsolete because of this, because of some of the settings you can do on this. For example, let me just kind of give you a quick showing of that. So you can see how it kind of really focuses on certain frequencies. So the next plugin I'll show you in a moment, but this, the FabFilter Pro-Q4, is something that you'll be seeing me use a lot of in 2025. So here's that plugin that some people think is now obsolete because of FabFilter, the Pro-Q4 EQ. I don't think so. I've tried to get the same results and I don't quite get them. I still think Soothe 2 just has a certain magic to it. And for those of you who are not familiar with this, this basically focuses on frequencies and resonance that are unpleasant to the ear. So I'm just gonna show you, I'm gonna put it on this, this mix of the song. You can use this literally anywhere. In fact, I'll show you on a couple things. And I'll take it to an extreme, of course, to show you what it does. So let me go and solo this track and show you Soothe 2 and how awesome it is. So right now, this is just a factory default preset. This will give you a good idea of what it does. And the frequency it's setting out right now is kind of like a real harsh range. So I'll show you how you can cut harshness just super easy with this plugin. So right there in the delta, you can hear what's being cut from the mix. Now let me twist a couple knobs, show you how you can really fine tune it and how it is just awesome. So you can see how you can go very heavy on it, which of course you don't want to do. But if you're having a cymbal or someone that you need a de-esser on, this works so well. And there's a million presets. So, and they work on everything. So this is just the default preset. Let me throw this on the bass bus down here and show you kind of what it can do there. It can de-muddy some of your bass. I mean, it works magic. Let's find here, bass. Demudding the bass. So let me go ahead and show you what this does here. So there you go. And you can of course adjust how much you want. You can dial in the frequencies. So super versatile. Another one, I'll use this on my master bus, and let me go and pull this back up here, because there's this great setting under mastering that is basically, what is it called? Bounce to the Grammy Awards. This one I really like a lot. It really just kind of grabs some of those ugly frequencies across the whole mix and you can dial them in or out. It really, to me, Soothe 2 seems just like a cheater plugin, but I love it and I use it all the time. This one I am absolutely going to keep using in 2025 without question. All right, last but not least, the reverb that I use by far the most, the Valhalla Room Reverb. It's great sounding reverb for 50 bucks, at least I think that's what it still is, that's what it was when I bought it, you cannot beat it. Tons of different sounds, tons of flexibility. It is just a reverb plugin, but it is my go-to reverb plugin. I have other ones, but this one is just my absolute go-to. This vocal bus already has reverb on it, but it is just sounds so good. You have tons of different presets to pick from. You can dial in your own sounds, of course. You can save them, whatever you need to do. It is just, every time I go to it, it always sounds perfect, exactly how I need to. Easy to dial in, super flexible. It is by far my favorite plugin, reverb plugin that I've ever used, that I use. It's absolutely fantastic, and I cannot live without it, to be honest with you. So those are the 5 plugins that I absolutely love to use, and I'm going to be using a ton in 2025. And again, to recap, the plugins, they are the SSL Channel Strip 2, they are the Decapitator, they are the FabFilter Pro-Q, Soothe 2, and then the Valhalla Room Reverb. If I had to start from scratch with no plugins, those would be the 5 that I would reach for immediately, and I could probably just live with those ones, and that's it. And part of the reason is because the SSL Bus Comp 2 has a compressor built into it, things like that. So it's kind of cheating a little bit, it has multiple plugins, multiple things built into one plugin, but it is great. All right, well, there you have it. Do you agree, disagree? What plugins would you have in your 5 must-have plugins? These ones are ones that I just catch myself reaching for the most and ones that I enjoy using the most, and I feel like they enhance my mix the best. But again, I would love to hear what yours are. Please leave them in the comments below and like this video and subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, see you later.